Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fiscal Talk, which Fiscal Solutions has every Tuesday with its legal consultants and definitely country specialists in area of fiscalization. My name is Milica, and I'm a marketing manager at Fiscal Solutions. But I definitely actually don't have the main role today because our speaker today is Tara Nedeljkovic, and she is a legal consultant at Fiscal Solutions. Tara, hello. How are you?
Hello, Milica. Thank you for having me. I'm great. How are you?
Great, great. Actually, thank you for your question. I'm definitely great. I'm always good when I have to talk with you about some fiscal topics and some, fiscal countries, especially when we have to cover something interesting. In the last episode, of our fiscal talk, actually our previous fiscal talk, we talked about Hungarian fiscalization system, right? We have some overview. And today I would like to cover one really interesting topic, and that is reports in fiscalization in Hungary also. In many countries, authorities always define some obligatory fiscal reports and some optional. So maybe if you can say something more about it today.
Yes. So, just like you said, just in many different fiscal countries, Hungary is not the exception. So, the Hungarian authorities have defined some obligatory and some other optional fiscal reports that are used in the current fiscalization. And also, they have defined what is the procedure of handling these reports on the fiscal device, and also how many of these reports need to be issued in which time frames. So in particular, let's dive into which are those. In Hungary, the reports that are currently used include the so-called TET report, which is also referred to as the end-of-day report. Also, there is the X report that in Hungary is sometimes called the so-called till check report. We also have the periodic report and the report from AEE, so-called, you will understand later what that refers to particularly. All of these reports are created from the fiscal device, that is important to note, and in particular in Hungary, that is the fiscal printer, according to all the predefined requirements, which include elements of these reports, timeframes of creating, and also the usage implications. Creating of fiscal reports requires implementation of certain function even during the device certification process, and we will see more about each of the reports later.
Okay, great. Thank you. So if I heard right, you mentioned 4 different reports, right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
So I would like to know, how is the end of day report handled? So is it obligatory? What are the requirements? Please tell us more about it.
Yes, of course. So end of day report, and it's also referred to as closing of the fiscal day or TET report, however you want to refer to it. But that is what is it? It is the fiscal report that is used to display the turnover performed during the past fiscal day, so the day that has ended, and also what is the VAT collected, all payment medias that were used during the fiscal day, all different counters and totalizers are included as well. So basically all the main information regarding total values. It is an obligatory report in Hungary, and it needs to be created by each obligatory fiscalization in a particular time frame. As for creating this report, it must be done through the fiscal printer, where that report is being appended to the electronic journal file, and then this electronic journal file is being closed, and that is the way to, we can say, keep it and be able to retrieve it in certain situations. The result of using that report is that after it has been printed and triggered, we can say, all the daily counters are being reset to 0. Other than that, it is important to note that the fiscal device in Hungary is created in such a way that this report is in most of the cases, created automatically by the fiscal printer without the need for the retailer to create it. and to, we can say, push that button for creating the TET report. As for the time frame, TET report needs to be created at the latest in a 25, we can say 0.5 hours after open day, which means that no more than 25 hours and half an hour later can pass from the open day receipt that was created at the beginning of the fiscal day.
Okay, thank you. Great. But now one question came up to my mind. Please tell me what happens if someone overstepped the time frame and that report isn't created.
Okay, so that is an important question because sometimes, because of some mistakes on the device or some problems that can happen, after that time frame has passed and the TET report hasn't been created, there is no possibility to continue sales and to issue sales receipts, because only the non-fiscal receipts could be created after that, while any other fiscal receipts will not be possible unless the issue is solved by the authorized person. So it is not possible to continue issuing fiscal receipts if this time frame is breached.
Okay, thank you so much for covering this really important information. But you mentioned also some other reports, so I would like to know more about the X report.
Okay. Yes. So X report is also one of the, we can say, most familiar of these types of reports. It is also prescribed by the same act, which is the from like the TET report, which is the decree regarding specifics of the fiscal device themselves. This is a document that represents the printed turnover since the last TET report was done. So it is basically, as the name sometimes also refers to it, a type of report which helps to check the status of the particular till. And it is, because of that, it is called also the till check report. What is specific about Hungary regarding the usage of this report, it is that the X report is also obligatory, and it needs to be possible to be created, to be, we can say, triggered by the POS application. But what else is important is that the X report needs to be printed just before creating the TET report. Regarding its elements, the information also contains payment specifications, and we can say that it can have more information or more details. However, what makes it different, for instance, from TET report, it is that it doesn't create any kind of change, it doesn't reset any counters on the device, and it also is not restricted to a one-time use per day. So X report can be triggered and created multiple times during the day. And it is actually optional to use it those other times, other than one time before the end of day or the TET report, when it is obligatory to be created.
Okay, great, Tara. This is really great, and thank you. I mean that every question around some fiscal system, specifically when we talk about some specific topic like reports or certification processes or something like that, it's really complex. It's not easy to answer to every question. And I mean, we are talking about laws, so tax authorities and everything else. So it's really, really significant to cover something like that and to give that information for free, right?
Yes,
So,
it is kind of, sorry for interrupting you,
yeah.
it is really complex and has many more details. So in our webinars and in our workshops, we cover this in much more depth, how it is created, how to use them. Also, there are other reports to be covered. We simply don't have in this form, we don't have enough time to explain all of that, but we try to give the most important information in a concise way. So yes, I agree completely.
Yes, and that's why I always say thank you for your time to be here and to answer all of the questions that we actually receive and then ask you to answer them for our clients and partners and for everyone who actually is here to issue receipts to a final customer, right? So thank you once again. I always like to say when I finish one episode of the Fiscal Talk, every detail and every document, even the official fiscal laws translated to English, are actually available on our fiscal portal. So you can go there, check it out, and of course, download those documents. Firstly, you must subscribe, right? But of course, we have some news and documents that are actually public, right, Tara? You are actually
Yes.
updating those portal, and we have 9 consultants that work on that portal on a daily basis, right?
Exactly. Yes. Thank
Yes.
you as well for inviting me and for creating this platform for us to share this information for free.
It's always my pleasure. It's always my pleasure. So, thanks everyone for watching. And please go check out our fiscal portal. And of course, if you have any questions, we are here on your disposal. Thanks everyone once again. And until next time, bye.
Bye, everyone.